Hello and welcome back to my channel. I've been to group this morning and again I feel like I got the result I deserved, and I think this week I understand how I got it. I stuck to plan, which for me is 2 A's, 2 B's and between 5 and 10 sins. I've averaged 7 or 8 sins a day and I got a £0.5 loss. Now that's not very different to what I did last week, and last week I got a £3 gain, and I think what I've learned is that I just have to carry on regardless. I shouldn't be aiming to get a loss or a gain. My total aim should just be following plan for maintaining, and my body will adjust bit this way, bit that way. This week I walked 34.95 miles, which is slightly up on last week's walking and may have helped with the loss. But yeah, I'm happy with that, I'm comfortable with that, and it was a good group. Lots of discussions this week again about free food because it's Free Food February, and several people were sharing that now they're over a month into the plan, they're beginning to find it hard. So around the group we were just sharing more meal ideas and actually motivating each other, and it worked really nicely. We popped into Marks and Spencer's on our way home today to do some shopping, and I picked up this, which I thought was a nice lunch idea. It's, remind me Joe, oh no I've got it, beetroot, goat's cheese and lentil salad with a beetroot and mint dip, and it's 3.5 sins. I think it's 285 grams, so it's a decent size for like lunch on the go or anything like that, and you'll find it in the fridge where the sushi is. So I'm going to have that as part of my lunch today. Just pop it there for now. Want to eat a bit of humble pie. Last week I was actually quite critical of this little book. And to be fair, I didn't...
Upside down and the wrong side.
Yeah. Just me to cock it up. Last week I was actually quite critical of this little book, and to be quite fair, I didn't really know what was in it, other than it's always been described to me as convenience foods. We were going to Sainsbury's yesterday, and I said to Joe before we went, just give me some idea what's in the Sainsbury's section of this book, in case there's anything I might like to try. There's a lot more in it than I thought there was, and a lot of it isn't convenience foods. A lot of it is just frozen chicken and frozen fish and just the normal stuff that we choose to eat on this plan. So here I am, eating humble pie and apologising if I misled anybody. If you fancy a look at this book, you'll find it on the table in group, and I would say it's worth buying. I think last week I said it was £1.99, it's actually £1.95. So yeah, forgive me, I was a bit critical of something I hadn't even really read, and it's not just convenience food. So there you go, an apology. I had some help this week from a young lady called Lindsay on Confessions of a Slimmer. Hi Lindsay if you're watching, and thank you. When I read or listened to my CDs of the original book that we all have, it says clearly in there that 1 litre of almond milk, unsweetened almond milk, is a healthy extra A choice. And I think it implies that any 1 litre of almond drink is a healthy extra A choice. Listening to Lindsay last week and hearing her share about an almond drink that wasn't a litre for a healthy extra A choice, I sent Lindsay an email and asked her if she could help me to find the different values for almond milks, because I'd been getting it wrong. And I noticed that often, you know, different ones of us can get things wrong, and it's nice because we have a community now of people that are prepared to help one another. And I noticed that I think it was Katie a couple of Fridays ago made a mistake with rotisserie chicken, and then videoed and explained why she'd misunderstood it and shared that she'd taken the video down. And I thought, you know what, quite a few of us have fallen foul of that one. Ha, foul chicken. But isn't it good that we can, I was going to use the word correct each other, correct's maybe not the right word, but enlighten one another when this happens? Because being able to take it if you make a mistake and somebody corrects you is really important, I think, when you're making these videos. but it's also being able to be confident enough to help somebody else when they make a mistake. Because this is a whole learning experience and there are so many changing things on this plan. But I asked Lindsay for help, and Lindsay sent me an email with some of the values in millilitres of what were allowed of the different almond drinks. I was surprised to see the Aldi one is only 550 mils. If I had bought that one, I would have had a litre. That would have put me out by 5 sins in that, that one day. So I think it's really valuable, and I would actually actively encourage us to help one another where we can with things like this. And if I ever make a mistake like that and you notice it, will you please point it out to me? I won't ever be offended, because it will help me on my journey not to get it wrong. So yeah, thanks Lindsay, it was a great help to me. And I was able to pass it on in my group this morning, because I actually said last week in group, when somebody asked that you could have any 1 litre of almond milk, and I was wrong. So I was able to correct that in group this morning. It's a bit of a day for apologies. I wanted to share something that's relevant because it's happened to me this week in both a negative and a positive way. I believe as a Christian, and I know that I've shared before I'm a Christian, I don't expect everybody else to believe what I believe, but I believe as a Christian that there is a lot of power in the words we speak over ourselves. And one of the things I did a week last Friday, when having a conversation with my mum, was to say, because my brother had an abscess on his tooth, I wish I could take that for him. My brother's one of the nicest men on this planet, but where he is in his life at the moment has an awful lot on his plate and he's very, very busy. And suddenly found he had an abscess on a tooth and had to go to the dentist. And my little brother doesn't like the dentist. And in all sincerity, while having a conversation with Mum, I said, I wish I could take that for him. And I meant it. I really meant it. But although I meant it, I didn't expect it to actually do anything. By Saturday, an hour after making my video, I had an abscess on a tooth. Be careful what you wish for. By Sunday, I was in a great deal of pain after quite a sleepless night. By Monday morning, it had gone. No pain, no problem. Excuse me. I hadn't taken it from my brother. He still has an abscess on his tooth. But I thought on Monday morning, I don't get this. Where's, my face had been throbbing, the earache, the works. Where's it gone? Why has it gone? So I thought, I'm going to be wise and still go to the dentist. I rang my dentist. I went on Monday afternoon. My dentist took an x-ray, said there was a serious problem which had highlighted itself, and the tooth had to come out. And I said to him, it can come out as long as you do it now, because if you send me away I might not come back, even though I don't mind the dentist. And he took the tooth out for me. It took 35 minutes to get it out. It wasn't a pleasant experience. Be careful what you wish for. So consequently, I've had a hole and a sore face all week, and my food could have gone one of two ways. I could have stuck to plan like I did, could have took the easy option and resorted to Heinz tomato soup and chocolate like I would have done in the old days. That wouldn't have helped me, and I'm glad I didn't do that. That's one experience of speaking things over myself that maybe I shouldn't have done. But to put a positive spin on it, you will have seen possibly on Isa's video last week that I was the lucky one who won her very, very generous giveaway. Thanks again, Isa, that was really lovely. And then, blow me down, the following day I won Debbie's very generous giveaway. I think I said to Isa in an email, and I know I said to another friend, Elaine, in an email, I'm going to buy extra raffle tickets on Saturday at my group because the first prize is a soup maker and I'm going to win it. Speaking positively over myself, and said soup maker. I won it. So, what is it, Joe? Cook's Essentials?
Cook's Professional.
Cook's Professionals, soup maker. So somebody in my family is going to be blessed this week, because we already have a soup maker. But what a fabulous first prize in a group raffle. Thank you to Naomi and Calvin. What I'm wanting to emphasise here, for me, in my life today, I really enjoy speaking positively about my Slimming World plan. I don't say anymore, it's hard work. I don't say anymore, I'm going to find it impossible this week. I'm loving this plan, and I think because I've been doing it for a good while now, and I've adopted it as a lifestyle, I never think about whether I'm on it or off it. I just do it. And it's been such a blessing to me this week, because having to go to the dentist, ending up with a big hole where I should have had a molar, and a very sore face, it would have been so easy to just resort to what we as children referred to as Paulie soup, iced tomato soup. And when I look at that, at about 10 sins for a little can, you know, how many sins could I have wasted this week on that because I felt sorry for myself? And chocolate, I mean, that just melts in the other side of your mouth. So my life would have been much easier. But would it have been? Because by this morning, I'd have been struggling with those old mental thoughts of, I don't want to get on the scales. I don't know what to expect. Because I stuck to what's become a lifestyle for me now, I had no fears when I was in the queue this morning. I knew the result I would get on those scales would be the result I deserved. And a £0.5 loss is fair. Still out of target. I had to pay for group. I will get back into target. It's not my desire to lose more weight. I'm grateful to be in the shape I'm in. But I wanted to encourage people this week because it's half term coming up, and a lot of people in group are saying it's going to be a hard week because we've got the kids at home. Just want to encourage people to think positively. Maybe change that for it's going to be a fun week. I've got the kids at home. We can go to the park or something. But yeah, that's been my week. That's been my experiences this week. Grateful to have stayed on plan. Grateful for the result I got. And grateful for you taking time to watch this video. Bless you all, and remember, it works if you work it, it won't if you don't. Cheers.